Oh, hey. Today I'm going to talk to you about consistency. And I'm definitely going to be rambling when I talk about it, but I do eventually get to the point. Consistency compounds quietly before it becomes visible. And what by that is you're not going to see anything the first day. At most, you're going to feel happy because you started, but that's it. And there will be days and days and days of you being happy because you started. And eventually, those starts compound to become something visible. So just start. Hi, Shirley here. I was testing the different resolutions on my camera because one, I haven't used it away from my desk, and two, it's the cell phone. Who knows how the different things work. We're not here to talk about cameras though on cell phones. I'm here to talk about consistency. A lot of people talk about how hard it is to do that, to be consistent. That person who consistently, what you are consistent at is starting and stopping and not finishing. Is that something you are consistent at? If you are, you can put a 1 in the chat. But I'm talking about that today because what I found in this journey is that the main way for me to be consistent with this health journey that I'm on, specifically with being active and with the intermittent fasting, is to pick one small thing and do it over and over again until you either get bored or you decide you have the energy to do more. So in my case, we'll start with the squat challenge that my friend and I were doing. We're still in it, by the way. It just looks different now. But when we started out, it was just do 40 every day for a week, 40 squats. And that was easy. Like, you get excited because you're like, 40 is a low number. I can do this. Then the next week we go up to 60. And it's a little bit harder, but it's not that bad because it's just 20 more. And what I would do is, because we would reset on Fridays, so I would start Thursday with the new number. I did that and that was working. And we went up to 80 again. 80 wasn't bad because it was only 20 more. But then we went up to 110. And 110, even though it's not that many numbers more, it's physically a lot more crunches. So I had to figure out how I was going to be able to keep up. And so what I did was, one, when we got to like 80, I started breaking squats in half. So I would do 40 of a particular type of squat and 40 of another. And that helped me to make it less boring and help me break it up. Because I don't think I was bored, but I must have been bored. So one of the squats I would do is like half of them would be these things, I call them ballerina squats. But basically I would hold on to this sink right here in the bathroom here and get up on my balls of my feet with my feet turned outward and squat down. And that was a wonderful squat because it didn't only engage whatever it engaged with your legs, but it was my hips and my abs were all doing something at once. And in doing that, it made me realize, like, there must be a way to get to where I want to be without overcomplicating things and without taking a lot of time to get there. So I started getting excited about it because I was learning different things about my body. And I think that's another secret to consistency. Deal with your boredom, make it a journey of learning about what works for your body. Only do a little bit of that thing at a time and gradually increase. Also, accountability, like I've already talked about in my other video. It just seems like with everything that people want to do nowadays, they want like the secret. Like, what is the secret to get to X, Y, and Z? And there is no secret. One of the things I used to tell my clients when I was doing life coaching was success. My success formula was just consistency over the course of time. And that is really it. You just have to be consistent over the course of a certain time period and you will start to see results. And it is not hard to be consistent. Well, I'm not going to lie. It is hard to be consistent, but you have to trick yourself, trick your brain. And one of the ways that I did that was to vary up how I was doing everything and to break it up into smaller chunks. So by the time it came to 110 of those squats per day, I had already had a routine of, number one, breaking it up into even pieces. So even with the 40 in segments, I was doing 20. So it's like if it was 480 per day, right? I would do 40, but that 40 was broken up into two different types of squats. And so it was 20 of each. And even that was sets of 10. And I'm only saying this because you don't have to do everything. I don't know, I think you feel this pressure to do everything a certain way and do it fast and in high volume because you think that's gonna make the results happen faster. And I can tell you that high volume, even though it might bring temporary results, brings temporary pain. And what by that is when we got to that 110, I was doing it and I was doing it without a problem. But then I started having knee issues, and not because of weight or anything like that, but it's because I got to a point where I was so overzealous to do it that I wasn't resting and I wasn't stretching. So there was no recovery time or anything like that. And I think people don't realize that rest is also a part of the journey. Rest is a part of progress. Now, I am not a doctor, I am not a trainer, I cannot tell you what to do for you, but in that whole process, what it taught me was for my body, I needed to start doing, I could keep doing what I was doing, but I needed to break things up. What I learned in this whole process, after all of my rambling just now, is that while I started out just doing X number of squats, it has become me working with dumbbells that I already had, a mat I already had, a little yoga blocks, resistance bands I bought, the Thigh Master I got, I mentioned the resistance bands, and and I have like this one 25-pound dumbbell I work with as well, which helps me do goblet squats. The other dumbbells help me do RDLs and hinges and things like that. Like you can do all of this at home, but all of it started with just doing squats. So I guess what in this short video I want you to understand today is there's no secret plan to getting healthy or seeing changes happen in your life, but those changes can happen fast if you do become consistent and stick to a plan. If all you do for 30 days is make sure you drink, I don't know, half a gallon of water every day, if that's your thing, if you're not doing it now, and 50 squats every day, and incrementally increase so that by the end of the 30 days, you're maybe at double what you were doing. That activity is what creates this thing, I don't know how to describe, might have to do the research for, that will make you start looking for other ways to be successful at what you're trying to do. And that's basically what is happening for me every day. This is a journey, but I feel happier and healthier, and I do have a rest day now. I wasn't doing a rest day before. It was 7 days a week, all in. I do still do the intermittent fasting on the weekends, but I do take Saturday as a break from my body, so I really don't do anything that day, but then Sunday is right back at it because I don't want to let too much time go by to where I stop being consistent, because that's the thing. If you give yourself too much time off, it's hard to come back to it. So I don't recommend that at all. And in the beginning, I'm not a doctor, so you don't have to listen to me. I'm not a trainer. But in the beginning, I recommend you go 30 days straight. Don't take a break. Don't take your foot off the gas. In fact, if you have your foot on the gas, push the pedal harder. And then at the end of that, you can go ahead and make adjustments. And what that looks like for you, that looks like for you. Be warned, that could hurt your knees. But you can figure out something else to do. But my point is, only what is going to work for you and what your body can handle. And I rambled long and hard here. So if I want you to take away anything from this, what do I want you to take away? If you feel like you can't start because you don't have a program, you don't have a trainer or a meal plan, or you can't afford a video, or you don't have time, those are all lies and excuses. Pick one thing, max two, and do them consistently for 30 days. That's it. That's my only hack. That's my only piece of advice. Be consistent for 30 days and the rest starts to take care of itself. I hope this was helpful.